Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted as always to be joined by my good mate Josh Taylor. Josh, it's been a while since I've spoke to you, man. I know you've done an interview with Umar when you've done your punditry work down in London that time. But yeah, so how's things?
Aye, good mate. Aye, it's been a while since I saw and spoke to you for a wee while. I've just been living quiet, mate, keeping myself to myself, just training away, keeping fit and that. So aye, good mate. How's yourself?
Same old, mate. Just plodding away, doing my thing. Sean Swanee, I'm turning him pro, and I'm getting my pro coaching license. So me and him are going to go on a wee journey together. So see how it goes.
I seen that. He's still got them hands with Shawnee boy, isn't he?
Oh, he can bang.
Oh, he's not so wee anymore, but I can remember him when, obviously years ago in Gilmerton and things like that in Meadowbank. But he's still got the quick hands. It'll be good to see what he does.
He says he used to bully him. He said.
You're right.
Congratulations on the wedding, but I've seen you've already tried to get Danielle off on that bungee jump.
I know. I tried to. She's doing my head in already. I thought I'd try and kill her early. We've done a few things. To be fair, we've done a bungee jump. Done a skydive together when we were in Dubai, and then we've done that bungee jump together. So she's fair play to her for doing it. I'm a wee bit of an adrenaline junkie, so fair play to her for joining in with me. So it was good. We enjoyed it.
I know. I seen the fear in her eyes when she was going close to the edge. But like you say, fair play to her, man. Well done to her. But back to you. I know you're in sunny Essex there. You're back doing your thing in camp with the rest of the boys. So how was that been, obviously, with the wedding and everything like that? Training can sometimes get put on the back burner on that, but you're back. You're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it was good. We're due to be going away on a honeymoon and stuff, so we kind of half booked it and kind of got things sorted to go. And then I got lighty, I might be having to box in September against Zapida and things like that. And I thought, oh shit, I'm going to have to cancel the hunt. So we cancelled the honeymoon and, had to put it on hold, which is the kind of story of our life, really. So we're going to wait till after the next fight, hopefully, which is pretty soon, and then get away a nice honey holiday moon sort of thing after the next fight. So
Well, obviously, people are going to be wondering, is it Jack Catterall? But I've seen the IBF has put something out as a mandatory, and you haven't vacated the IBF yet, I don't believe. So can you clarify a little bit more on that? Because I know you've obviously the WBA and the WBC that you've vacated, but what's the script by IBF, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah,
I think the IBF will want me to start go to purse bids as well for Ponce as well for a mandatory defence as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll try to keep the options open. Obviously we're trying to get the Catterall rematch. I've did everything in my power really to make it happen. In terms of vacating the belts and staying at the weight. So. That's the real reason why I'm staying at the weight, is to get the rematch with Catterall. But we're working on things and things like that. So if it doesn't happen, we've got that Ponce fight, and then we've also got other big fights at 140 as well. So we're just waiting to see what happens, really.
140, is this if you do get the Jack rematch, is that your last fight at 140? And then you're going to
most likely. Yeah. There is a couple of other big fights that I might stay for as well, but the one that's really got my fire burning is that fight, obviously. So we're trying to get that happening and just see what happens.
Well, obviously, as a massive, huge fight, the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because like I said, I know you've done a big, long interview with Umar down in London a couple of weeks ago, and you spoke at length about the Jack and wanting the Jack rematch, but there is a huge rematch happening tomorrow night when this interview goes out, probably tonight. Depends when I get back, if I'm not too drunk tonight. Usyk versus Joshua. Before you talk about that, I want to get your thoughts on what Johnny Nelson said, because you're a southpaw. We all know how you southpaws stick together. But what did you hear, Johnny? Did you hear Johnny's remarks on calling Usyk an average southpaw? And what do you make of that?
I think he's a bit crazy, to be honest. How can you call Usyk average? Olympic gold medalist, world champion, and amateur, and all that kind of stuff, and become undisputed champion, two-weight world champion. To call him average is just ludicrous, really. But obviously Johnny's want to say some things as well and that. But Johnny's been Johnny. But no, that's it. You don't really take nothing from it. But to call Usyk average is a wee bit mad, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I know you're probably not the only one that thinks that, Josh. But for the rematch itself, I take it you've watched the first fight. Can Joshua change his game plan?
Yeah.
Can Usyk? Can he do something that's only happened 15 times in his whole boxing career? He only lost 15 times as an amateur, yet to do it as a pro. Can Joshua do it? Do you believe?
I think he can do it. Yeah, I do think he can do it, especially if he asserts his natural size and strength straight on. Keeps his height and pings. Tries to ping Usyk as he comes in with the angles and the head movement. Obviously, it's much harder said done than said, you know. But I can't see past Usyk. I think it's another Usyk win, but I do honestly think if Joshua catches him, he can hurt him, and Joshua's a very good finisher. You know, he's big, strong, fast combination puncher when he gets going, with that killer instinct. But can he keep that, you know, physical, you know, using his size and his strength, leaning on him, maybe handling him a little bit, manhandling him a little bit, you know, when he gets up tight and close and leaning him on the ropes and things like that. Can he keep that up and keep it real physical for 12 rounds? I don't know. We've seen Joshua fade in fights quite often. But, you know, we never know. He's got if he brings that sort of tactics to the fight, he's got the right trainer in his corner in terms of, you know, he's got, what's his name, does the pads, Robert Garcia, and then he does the pads with Angel Fernandez. So, yeah, he's got the right team there. And I think that's what he needs to do to give him the best chance, is sort of use his physical, get behind his jab more often and try and take it, change the angles, get behind the jab a bit better. But I don't think he can keep up for 12 rounds at a boxing match. I don't think he can outbox Usyk either. So I think he needs to make it more physical, to be honest, in my opinion. I'd love to see him do it, though. I'd love to see him do it. I'd love to see him win. And if he wins, then that makes a huge, interesting fight, which might then get Tyson Fury out of retirement, you know, so which makes a huge all-British showdown for the Undisputed Championship. So that would be amazing.
I agree. But the thing is, win, lose or draw for Joshua, I still want to see that Tyson Fury fight. I still think that they two can't retire until, at least, I don't care if there's belts on the line or they're both coming off losses. I still, as a selfish boxing fan, probably like yourself, I still want to see Joshua and Fury in the future, no matter what.
Yeah, me too. I think it's a great fight as well. But I've said this all along. If they two ever boxed, I was always thought that Fury would win, just through boxing ability, through sheer boxing ability and unorthodox sort of style. You know, I think I'd tip Fury to obviously outbox him.
But back to the fight itself, you mentioned there that Joshua needs to catch Usyk. That's the problem. It's catching Usyk flush with his, as a heavyweight, he's the only one that stays on his. He's not. It's hard. You want to call heavyweights robotic, but Usyk's always bouncing on them toes, always moving left to right, head moving up and down, changing angles, level changes. It's going to be hard to catch Usyk clean. Yeah,
but he caught him a couple of times in the last fight, to be fair. You know, he caught him a couple of good shots. The fight caught him a couple of times. But I think he was sort of, I was working at the fight, so it was like I was watching it, and I kind of thought he was kind of caught between two styles, you know, like his old style and his new style. So I think if he's more confident in which way he wants to get this fight done this time, then I think he can do it. But if I was a betting man, I'd probably put my money on Usyk again.
Well, that's all I need to know, Josh. I'll be down the bookies in about 10 minutes and put that bet on then, since Josh Taylor's top tip. One final one for me then. Conor Benn and Chris Eubank as well has been announced, a huge fight.
You're
probably a little bit too young to remember the dads fighting, or were you old enough to remember the dads fighting?
I've seen the fights, obviously. It was a wee bit before I was thought of, even before, I think. But I have seen the fights, you know, great fights. Definitely. But it's a cracking fight, to be honest. It's quite interesting, to be honest, you know. I don't think the weight issue, I think that's really an issue. I don't think Chris Eubank really walks around that heavy in that anyway. It might be a little couple of pounds extra that he's got to lose and stuff, but I don't think that'll be a huge issue. He's got the next again day to recover and things like that as well. Is there a rehydration clause in it?
I think there is, but that might be the morning of the fight. So as long as
the morning of, but then he's got the morning of, and then he's got the rest of the day to still refuel and stuff. So I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. And it's a ballsy move for Conor as well. He's in a good position either way with this win, lose or draw. You know, if he gets beat, he got beat by the bigger, more experienced man. You know, if he wins, then he becomes a household name. You know, so it's kind of a win-win for Conor. I feel that Eubank's the one with everything to lose, really. You know, if he loses to a welterweight, and he wants to fight for world titles, that will be that out the window and things like that. So I think all the pressure really is on Eubank. So yeah, it's quite a good one. It's an interesting fight. So we'll see how it goes.
Exactly.
Obviously, Eubank's got them fought at the much higher level. He's boxed at world level, he's been beat at the 2 world level, and 3 world level opponents he's boxed. 2, is it? It's 2, isn't it?
2, yeah.
Billy Joe and Gross.
Billy Joe's,
yeah. He's lost to 2 world level fighters quite convincingly. But on the other hand, you know, Conor Benn, he hasn't really fought anyone. You know, he's fought good names, but it's been good names that have been way past the best. So it makes a really interesting fight. So I'm as a boxing fan, I'm really quite interested in it, to be honest.
No doubt you'll probably be there if you're in London or thereabouts, Josh. But yeah, one for the fans, and a quick answer from yourself. Will we definitely see you fight by the end of this year?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I've been back in the gym for ages, you know, ticking over, keeping fit and keeping myself in shape, and, you know, not put the weight on this time, not put the big fat belly on this time, you know. So, yeah, I've learned my lesson for that last one.
Still got the 6-pack then?
Yeah, I still got the 6-pack now. I've not got the dad bod not this time. So, no, yeah, we'll definitely be out before the year. That's the aim anyway.
Perfect. Listen, Josh, enjoy the training as much as you can. I know sometimes it's grueling, but enjoy the fight tomorrow night. Usyk, Josh, I know you'll be watching. Enjoy that as well. And listen, until the next time, man, I'll see you soon, brother. Stick in. I'll see you soon.
Nice one, mate. Nice one, Andy.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
There's 5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help me?
One hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.